So Teofimo Lopez versus Jermaine Ortiz went underway, and I have mixed opinions about this fight. Now, a lot of people, and I'm going to show you what a lot of people have to say, a lot of pro boxers, what they had to say about it. But me watching this fight, I'll be completely honest, by the third or fourth round, I KO'd. I fell asleep. The fight was on a Thursday night. And the reason I fell asleep was because the fight was not entertaining at all. It actually put me to sleep. And I hate to say that because, fights like these should be spectacular. But sadly, it made me fall asleep. I'm not even going to sit here and lie. So I had to wake up and watch the highlights afterwards and, see how the rest of the fight went. And it went exactly how I left it, sadly, right? Which is from what it appeared to look like Jermaine was. See, I get mixed because he was doing a little bit of hitting and then not getting hit, but at the same time he was also doing a lot of running as well. He was doing a mix of both because I'm not going to sit here and say it was like the Shakur Stevenson versus De Los Santos fight where both of them were kind of just not active at all. I would say this was more of a, Jermaine Ortiz was active a little bit sometimes. It would look like he's doing the whole hit, not get hit thing. But then you start to see him like a little bit of running. And I hate to use the word running because running makes it sound like these fighters are scared. I think all fighters who go in the ring aren't necessarily scared, especially at this level. But not going to lie, it did look like a little bit of running. There came points where Teofimo actually went to the corner and, made a gesture for him to move forward. And, he did so. That's what makes me think like, okay, But yeah, he did so through some flurries, et cetera, et cetera. Jermaine Ortiz had some great foot movement when he wasn't actually like way out. He had some good movement, some good exchanges with Teofimo Lopez. I was really impressed by his feet. He kind of looked like Lomachenko in some ways, in some aspects with his foot movement, the way he would switch positions. Now, everything else, I would say like, a couple times, there's not much else to say about Jermaine Ortiz. I'll be completely honest. He didn't really give me much, except for what I just said. His foot movement and defense was all right, I guess, when it comes to just creating space because he was kind of running in a way. As for Teofimo Lopez, I see Teofimo Lopez getting a lot of criticism, and I'm actually going to show you guys a little bit of it. But Teofimo Lopez was getting criticism about this fight, but I don't think Jermaine Ortiz was giving him much to deal with anyways. Yes, you could say he'd just be the aggressor and kind of just take him out, but if you look at the fight against Kambosos, when Teofimo kind of just bum rushes people, he gets hit and he falls. He gets hit to the canvas. So I think he was kind of playing it smart in a way. And I think Teofimo definitely wanted more action. Teofimo sometimes gets carried away with the theatrics in the ring, but that kind of makes it entertaining for the fans. But overall, I would say Teofimo Lopez, I wouldn't say it's as terrible as everyone's making it seem. Some people even think Teo lost this fight. Honestly, I don't care who won or really lost this fight, the way everyone's saying it, because it was just not a good fight in general. Do I think Teofimo won this fight? I think he did enough. I'll be honest. I think he did enough to win this fight. If you give it to Jermaine, I could see that as well. If you make it a tie, I could see that as well. Just there wasn't many exchanges, but Teofimo nonetheless seemed like this superior fighter. He was the aggressor. He was, he was sharp with a couple of his punches. I'm not gonna say all, but I believe it was the fifth round, maybe fourth. He hit him. He hit Jermaine Ortiz where Jermaine looked like he was gonna go down. But yeah, Teofimo was definitely sharp in some points. Could he have done better? Yes, of course he could. He could have done better 100,000% because I know people want him to be the aggressor and kind of just bum rush, but, he gets caught that way. And Jermaine Ortiz is still not no slouch. But I'm going to show you guys a video of Dante's Boxing Nation. He kind of did a clip, so I don't really have to do it. A collage of what other pro boxers think. So we're going to go to that and see what other boxers think. Also, before I go to that, Keyshawn Davis actually called out Teofimo Lopez right after he was done. Teofimo and him had some exchanges. And we know that in the press conference, Keyshawn Davis said that Teofimo Lopez told him not to mention him and call him out after his fight. And Keyshawn Davis completely exposed that in the press conference. And he did it in the actual fight. He, was talking his mess, and Keyshawn Davis also had a great performance against Pedraza. Everyone's gonna say Pedraza's old, et cetera, but at the same time, the Pedraza fought, Tank and fought a whole bunch of other good fighters. You can make the same argument with Gamboa and Tank. You know, Gamboa was washed before Tank fought him. You know, it's just steps. It's steps of, you know, and he's only in his 11th fight, I believe, or 10th or 11th fight, Keyshawn Davis. So it steps up, you know. But nonetheless, let's go into what pros think about the Teofimo Lopez versus Jermaine Ortiz. And yeah. All right, let's see. All right, so we have Amanda Serrano saying, wow, I knew this was going to happen. A confident winner crying. Why? Teofimo Lopez was crying after the fight. So I could see people are saying, why would you cry after a fight if you know you won? Like and some might say, it's because it was a hard competition. But, you know, some might say, why cry against him when you could be crying against like an actual opponent that's of your caliber, like Devin Haney, Tank, you know, guys like that. Some may say, I was going to say Ryan Day. Some may say Ryan. But Alicia Baumgardner said, Jermaine still up, sticking to the game plan. Jermaine doing what he want to do and is getting the job done. So she was thinking that Jermaine was winning for the most part. Let's see what Terrence Crawford had to say. Terrence Crawford said, come on, Tim, talk about how well Ortiz doing. Too frustrated, and I got him losing. LOL, it's crazy where all the people at. So it seemed like he had Teofimo losing. And he was actually there to watch Keyshawn Davis, so he obviously stayed for the Teo fight. Even said he dismisses Teo easily, which for good reason, because Terrence Crawford is different. But that's what Terrence Crawford had to say. I believe he had more to say. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Talked all that mess about me and lost. Like I told him, focus on who you fighting, not me. At Teofimo Lopez, back to the drawing board. You go, champ. So, yeah, Terrence Crawford definitely thought Teofimo Lopez lost. Let's see. Okay, he said he got a gift and he knows it. That's why he's crying. After the fight, he was crying a little bit. Showtime Sean Porter said, only thing changing this fight is a big punch. That don't happen. Teo loses. A lot of close rounds, so he may get a gift. Like I said, guys, to me, it was a give and take. Whoever you want to win, like to me, it just didn't matter because it was like, okay, they're both not giving much. Although I slightly think Teo could have closed it out early too, but like I said, if he bum rushes in, he gets caught. So close round, not much activity outside the movement from Ortiz. Both guys are fighting very amateur 5-3 Ortiz. So Sean Porter had Ortiz winning or Ortiz up. Showtime Sean Porter, one punch or two punches, and then Teo gives up, punches and bunches, cut off and keep going. So he was just giving a whole lot of steps for Teo to win. But Oscar De La Hoya said 8-4 Teo. You know he's gonna ride for his people. Shakur Stevenson said that's why I get paid what I get paid, Teo, because I get on the mic and be real. I don't have to act for nobody. And I'm not delusional. When you don't do your best, admit it and work on it in the gym. My guy Shakur was alluding to his performance and how he admitted that he didn't have a great performance. I can't even lie. His like that. I really want him to come back simply because, you know, you had Andre Ward there, Floyd Mayweather there, and Terrence Crawford there, like three GOATs, like three monsters watching you, and you perform like that. So I hope he gets a chance to kind of like, redeem himself, because Shakur Stevens is not no slouch. Regardless of what I said in the past, Shakur Stevens is not no slouch. And in the past, I definitely, I just was disappointed with that performance because I know Shakur can get them all out of there if he really wanted to. Except Devin Haney. I think him and Devin Haney's genuine 50-50, especially the way Devin Haney's been performing recently. Gervonta Davis, with the cryptic message because, he has to remain with his mystique. Food, that's all he says. But, a lot of more fighters said a lot of things. Carissa Shields said it's so many different views. That's why I like to watch the fights myself. What really happened, I told y'all this was going to be a unanimous decision. You can't win a fight running like that and not engaging whatsoever. Yeah, man, a lot of people have a lot of things to say. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think Teofimo won? Do you think it was an impressive win? Which you're probably not going to say it is. And I would somewhat agree with you, man. Teofimo, this is the last thing I'm going to say before I close out this video. Teofimo has a lot of potential, but I think it's just so many things that are like outside the ring, and then when he's inside I feel like he trains. I genuinely feel like he trains super hard, and I feel like he's talented, gifted, all that. He has all the combinations to be the best out of everyone around this weight class, not higher, but like 140, 135. I truly do think so. But when you look at kind of just like, sometimes he loses focus inside like the fight, like versus Kambosos. You just running in carelessly, not knowing that you're facing a very classy fighter who's not on your level, but you made him on your level by not using your head, not thinking, and it just seems like this is a part of him now. So because before I was like, okay, maybe that was just a Kambosos fight. He came back, whole Josh Taylor, wow, everything. This kind of showed like, TL sometimes a little theatrical. He has the potential to be, but there's more disciplined people like Devin Haney who just like now after seeing that performance, I truly do think him versus Devin Haney. I do think he'll put up a good fight, but Devin Haney's just way too sharp, way too disciplined. Same thing with Shakur, same thing with Gervonta. So yeah, sucks to see. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. What do you guys think of Teofimo Lopez's performance? Man. Hopefully him and Keyshawn get it on, I guess. Even though he has a little bit of fights. We'll see. I'm out. Bout.